Did you see that when DB came back and played for us, that they got mad that our fan base was booing her?
I don't believe in booing former players unless they left on like some you type shit.
Sophie Cunningham just confirmed the real reason DeWanna Bonner quit on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't just a story about a player leaving a team. It's about broken promises, locker room tension, mysterious absences, and a return game so awkward you could feel the tension crackle through the screen. And now, thanks to Sophie, we finally know what went down from the inside. This is the truth behind the breakup that rocked the Fever. Let's get into it. The Fever announced DeWanna Bonner's signing. It was more than just roster news. It was a statement. Bonner wasn't just any veteran. She was a 6'4" forward, a WNBA legend, multiple-time All-Star, a player with 2 championships under her belt, and a resume most athletes would kill for. She'd been drafted in 2009 by the Phoenix Mercury and spent more than a decade there, becoming one of the most feared scorers in the league. Over her career, Bonner racked up over 6,000 points, 2,500 rebounds, and a reputation for being the ultimate mismatch.
A lot of people aren't happy on the teams they're on. A lot of people are not going to the playoffs at all. Kelsey Plum is not happy right now. Paige Beckers is not happy right now. Angel Reese is not happy right now. That doesn't mean you jump up and demand a trade or say I'm not playing no more, or anything of that nature.
Too quick for bigs, too tall for guards. And more than that, she had experience, leadership, the kind of voice a young team could rally around. Exactly what Caitlin Clark needed in her second year. Someone to guide her, to mentor her, to steady the ship when games got tough.
Clark wasn't just any sophomore guard. She was the most talked about rookie the league had seen in years. College phenom, NCAA record breaker, #1 pick. Her first season with the Fever brought hope back to Indiana basketball. She sold out arenas, she spiked TV ratings, she put the Fever back on the national map. But anyone who's followed the WNBA knows talent alone doesn't win titles. Young stars need vets who've been there before to show them how to navigate an intense season, manage the grind, and handle the pressure that comes with being the face of the league. On paper, Bonner was supposed to be that person. Then, the season started, and reality hit hard. Over just 9 games, Bonner averaged 7.1 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 1.6 assists. For a player with her history, those numbers weren't just underwhelming. They were alarming. And the eye test was worse. She looked slow. She looked disengaged. She moved like someone who didn't want to be there. Weeks into the season, Coach Stephanie White made a bold decision. She benched Bonner. Think about that. Your big veteran sign.
Bonner just said, nah, I quit.
The player you brought in to mentor your superstar. Suddenly, riding the bench. For some veterans, that's the moment they flip a switch, prove they still have it. Instead, it was the first domino, the start of something much worse. After the benching, her minutes shrank even more. Then, she vanished. The official explanation? Personal reasons. No details, no clear timetable, just vague updates that satisfied no one. Fans wondered if she was injured. Reporters asked if there were family issues. The team stayed silent. Then, the whispers started. And those whispers became confirmation. Bonner wanted out. Not after the season, not after honoring her contract, right now. Her plan? Leave Indiana immediately and rejoin the Phoenix Mercury mid-season. For Fever fans, it was betrayal. You came here, you took the paycheck, you gave us half-speed performances, and now you're forcing your way back to the team you wanted all along? Enters Sophie Cunningham. On her podcast, Show Me Something, Sophie, who had played with Bonner in Phoenix and again in Indiana, finally told the inside story. She confirmed what people suspected. Bonner was never truly happy in Indiana. But Sophie didn't stop there. She called Bonner's exit flat out unprofessional. No goodbye to the team, no group text, not even a quick good luck to her teammates. Just gone. Cunningham's criticism was surgical.
I like DB because like DB was one of my vets when I was in Phoenix, and then we gathered here into Indiana, and like it was kind of a surprise that she was signed to Indiana anyway, and so we'll take her in a heartbeat. Like she's a Hall of Famer, she's a hell of a basketball player, can score from anywhere on the court, but she got to Indiana and she just like really wasn't happy, and like I want people to be happy, so that's why I'm kind of like neutral on this one, which a lot of people are surprised about. She's towards the end of her career, so like she deserves her flowers, she deserves to be happy, but I also think that if you're gonna leave, like you're gonna have to expect getting.
She wasn't asking for a grand gesture, not a press conference, not a heartfelt farewell tour, just basic human decency. A simple message saying, hey, sorry this didn't work out, wishing you all the best. The fact Bonner couldn't even do that in Sophie's eyes revealed everything, and Sophie didn't sugarcoat it. Unless you leave on some shady type stuff, then yeah, expect to get booed. That wasn't a soundbite from a commentator. It was a former teammate. Fast forward to July 30th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The date was circled in red for Fever fans. DeWanna Bonner, back in Indiana. Not in blue and gold, but in a Phoenix Mercury jersey. From warm-ups to the final buzzer, the boos never stopped. Every time she touched the ball, the crowd erupted with jeers that could be heard on the broadcast. And Caitlin Clark, she was sidelined with a groin injury, but living her best life watching Bonner get locked down. Cameras caught her on the bench, celebrating every defensive stop against her former teammate. Smiling, cheering, fist pumping. It wasn't petty, it was vindication. But the drama didn't stop with Bonner. Her fiancé, Alyssa Thomas, also a WNBA star, decided to make things worse. She taunted Fever fans, saying Bonner had joined a real team. That's right, the same Alyssa Thomas, who once claimed she felt unsafe in Indianapolis, was now throwing shots at the fan base while her partner got booed into oblivion.
Like I'm still rooting for her. Like I want her to end her career and be happy, but I also think that like it's okay to be professional about it and like send a text to your teammates. Send a text and be like, hey, like, love you guys, or you don't even have to say love you guys, just like, hey, sorry this didn't work out, good luck, da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like there's a way to handle that, I think.
The Mercury lost anyway, and Bonner, 4 points. 1 for 4 shooting in 21 minutes. The veteran scorer Indiana had supposedly lost out on wasn't even a factor. Here's the twist. Bonner leaving might have been the best thing to happen to the Fever. Without her, the locker room got tighter. New additions like Ari McDonald and Chloe Beebe slid in perfectly, bringing fresh energy, hustle, and zero drama. The Fever's chemistry clicked. Their defense sharpened, and their confidence skyrocketed. Instead of dealing with a player who didn't want to be there, they had a squad all in on one goal: winning. This wasn't just about one player leaving. It was a case study in how leadership isn't about your resume, it's about showing up. Bonner had the experience, she had the accolades, she had the respect, at least at first. But when things got hard, she walked away. For a young superstar like Caitlin Clark, that's a brutal lesson, but maybe one she needed. In pro sports, you see 2 types of veterans: those who stick it out when things get tough, and those who leave the moment they're unhappy. The Fever now know the difference.
You know, DB is somebody that, you know, he's a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person, a great leader. You know, the strongest voice in our locker room is hers, and it's fun to have been around here now for about a month just to get to learn from her and soak it in. And I'm really happy she got to do it at the free throw line and all the fans could go crazy and cheer for her because she certainly deserved that moment, and it was really awesome to see and be a part of.
For Sophie Cunningham, this moment was bigger than spilling tea. It was about telling the truth, about holding people accountable, even if you like them personally. And she didn't just throw shade, she gave a blueprint. If you have to leave,
Leave with grace. Leave with honesty. Leave like a professional. Because the WNBA is growing, the spotlight is bigger, and fans remember.
The night ended with the Fever beating Phoenix 107-101. But this was more than a box score win. It was a cultural win. A team that had been doubted, outplayed, outhustled, and outclassed their former teammate. Clark's return is still ahead. The Fever's chemistry is the best it's been in years, and their playoff hopes? More alive than ever. So here's the takeaway. DeWanna Bonner's exit wasn't just unprofessional, it was a turning point. The Fever didn't just survive without her, they thrived. And Sophie Cunningham? She proved that sometimes telling the truth isn't about burning bridges. It's about making sure the game, and the people in it, hold to a higher standard. If you made it this far, you're exactly the kind of fan we want in the Courtside Codex community. Hit subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us, was Sophie right to call Bonner out, or do you think she should have kept it in the locker room? We'll be back with more unfiltered WNBA stories you won't get anywhere else. Until next time, this is Courtside Codex, where the game's real stories get told.